Today I'm talking to Nick Phoenix. He's a composer for Two Steps from Hell. Two Steps from Hell is a company specialized in writing music for motion picture advertising, better known as trailer music. It was founded in 2006, and the music is composed by Thomas Bergensen and Nick Phoenix. Their music has been used in trailers for films such as Twilight, Narnia, Prince Caspian, The Incredible Hulk, Dragon Ball Evolution, Pixar's Up, and in the second and third trailer for the upcoming new Star Trek film. Today I'm talking to Nick Phoenix. Nick, how are you?
Great. Fine, thanks.
Hey, can you first tell us something in general what Two Steps from Hell is all about?
I think, I've actually been scoring trailers for quite a long time. Off and on, I've been doing other things at the same time, but really for the past, it's been over 10 years. And I sort of I've been trying to, branch out and do other things, but somehow I keep coming back to trailers. And I met Thomas 3 years ago, and we just decided to sort of give it another shot and try to do something a little bit different with trailer music and make it a little bit more sophisticated, a little bit more scory, and just something that's a little bit more interesting than what most people were doing.
Mm-hmm. And why did you choose the name Two Steps from Hell?
It was really just something that popped into our heads. I can't remember exactly how we came about. I think it was Thomas's idea. And we just decided that it sounded, kind of grabbed. It was sort of something that stuck out, and we really didn't give it much thought as far as the fact that it kind of sounds like we just do horror music. Somehow it didn't really occur to us at the time. We just thought, oh, great, and didn't really even think about it. And it wasn't really until quite a bit later, after the company had started, that I realized that when I talked to some editors in town, that some people thought we just did horror music, and I realized at that point it probably wasn't the best name, but I think at this point it doesn't matter anymore because people know us. But and I like the name a lot. It's just that it does sound like we just do horror music.
Mm-hmm. And the benefit is that the artwork that you do for your CDs is also in the same style.
We use a great artist named Stephen Gilmore that we work with on the covers.
Now, when you create music, do you write music for a specific trailer, or do you create a series of cues and tracks which are kept in a database, sort of catalog?
We do both. We kind of look at upcoming movies, films that are being shot right now or going to be in development, just to give us an idea about, generally what kind of music will be people will be looking for in the next year or so, and try to do things that are maybe would be in that vein, something that's sort of fresh that just try to look forward.
And when you are writing music, where do you get the ideas from?
Well, Thomas and I, we do some things together, but we do a lot of things separately, and I'm not sure exactly how Thomas, works, but I know that I tend to just pull up trailers that I like and just, turn off the music and just look at the visuals and just use that. And I find that cues that I write that look good just playing back, with a lot of trailers in the background. If the music tends to fit quite a few different trailers, then it tends to be, just something that's going to be successful that people will use. Sometimes I write things that I think are great, and then I look at it next to some video, and it doesn't really seem to grab me. It doesn't really work that well somehow. So, I tend to go with things that are that seem to just fit.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And when you write music, what's important for you? Is it the melody? Is it the beat? Is it the pace?
It's that's part of the problem I have with trailer music is that there are certain things that have to happen. It has to be very exciting, and the pace has to be very quick, and things have to change, and there have to be these big ramp-ups and sometimes stops and things that sometimes it's just fairly unnatural. I actually maybe would prefer to just, score films where the music comes more naturally, and it evolves in a different way. So trailer music does have to have all these, these kinds of unnatural and exaggerated elements. But melody really is what is most important to both Thomas and I think that's where our strength is, that both of us are, write good melodies. And then in Thomas's case, he writes good melodies, but he's also a very, very good orchestrator. And I'm working on that, but I think I'm always one step behind him, trying to keep up, but that's sort of what's great about our relationship, is that we both have our strengths and we both kind of, are rising to the occasion, and we're both sort of trying to keep up with each other in a sense.
Now, how is it for you to use big symphonic orchestras and choirs to perform your music?
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, I am a big sample person because I have a sample virtual instrument business called Quantum Leap, and that's also a big part of my life is creating those virtual instruments and then also using them in my productions. But I have increasingly over the last few years gone to, mostly live players. And, there's just a certain magic to that and also a bit of a relief in the sense because using so many samples for so long, it becomes very tiring to make the samples sound, absolutely real. There's just so much work that's involved in that. And, being able to switch over at the end and go to live players just makes everything that much better and saves that last very painstaking element or phase of trying to make the music sound perfect when it's sampled. So I really love using live players.
Now, does Two Steps from Hell own their own recording studio where you meet the orchestra and the choir, or do you go outdoors?
No, we go other places. We don't. I actually, my partner in the sample business, Doug Rogers, owns a fantastic studio in Hollywood. It's called East West Studios. You can look it up online and www.soundsonline.com. And he just finished remodeling it, and it's quite an amazing place. It's Frank Sinatra's old studio, and you can record a 70-piece orchestra in there. But so we'll probably be doing some things there. But it just reopened, so up until this point, we've been doing things mostly in Prague and some things up here in Seattle and some other places, and also in Los Angeles.
Okay. Now, how different is your work from Two Steps from Hell with that you do for Quantum Leap?
Well, they're intertwined in the sense that I tend to make virtual instruments of using sounds that I would like to use in my future music production. So they're kind of intertwined, but it's very different work. I mean, I have to find musicians and record them, sample them, and I do the engineering myself usually, and then there's a lot of production work and getting overseeing other editors who edit the sounds and then programming. It's quite tedious work. It really can drive you absolutely crazy. So I love it to a certain extent, but I do I want to do less of that and more music.